Okay, my name is Blessing UGBOMA and I am a finance and investment coach. Today, I'll be speaking to you all on the topic, the wise money woman empowering women and children through financial intelligence. But before I begin, I would like to say something. Back in school, I loved a subject called economics so much. And I'm sure a lot of you here have a favorite subject or had a favorite subject. I love economics as a subject so much. And the little I knew about other subjects, still I didn't get to study any subjects that taught me and prepared me for a financial future ahead. And if I ask, how many of you here were taught a subject that taught you about the basics like saving money, investing? Do I have anyone here? Okay. But if I ask the question, how many of you here have come in contact with money today? I know I'll see a lot of hands, right? Yes. That shows that the fact that we come in contact with money every day, that's our reality. But the fact that nothing actually prepared us for that reality is not something to stop us. First, I would like to talk about whom a wise money woman is. Who do we call a wise money woman? A wise money woman is not just any woman. She isn't just any female. She is a female who understands the transformative power of financial literacy. She is a woman, not just any woman, but that particular woman who understands that she has to pursue the knowledge of financial literacy. And while at it, she makes sure that she carries her children along, that if she has any. A wise money woman is a woman, not just any woman, but that particular woman who makes sure she takes financial decisions to stay ahead economic times and seasons. A wise money woman is a woman who doesn't just pursue this knowledge for financial literacy, but makes sure she puts in actionable steps towards financial plans to achieve financial success. Now, these characteristics are of whom I would call a wise money woman. Now, don't be bothered. I won't ask you if you're a wise money woman. Yes, because I know you are open to learning. Is that true? Good. Now, I would like us to move further. There are certain things we should understand that would help us as women, achieve that financial future we desire. Now, I'm going to take a look at the very practical strategies for budgeting, saving, investing, and wealth creation. Remember, I said something. A wise money woman will pursue the knowledge of financial literacy because this is the bedrock of financial independence and as well empowerment. Remember the say that knowledge is power, right? Good. So let's take a look at some very practical strategies to achieve these skills. Now, budgeting. What is budgeting? This is having a clear blueprint of how money should be shared. I know before you go to markets on maybe Saturdays, you make a list and you write each item with its price beside it. Now, that's just the very basic example of a budget. But I'm not going to bother you with the technicalities of a budget. But I need you to understand that it is good to create a budget for every income that comes into your hand. Don't say this one is my salary and I was just given this one as a gift. Money, income, you have to treat it because money has its principles. When you understand this, you will not lose it. The second I want you to understand is savings. Now, if you do not gather something, if you do not gather money, you won't be able to grow it. Say you wake up and say, I want to make an investment, but if you don't gather it, how are you going to make that investment? So saving is what makes this gathering possible. And investing. When you invest money, you grow money. And finally, wealth creation. I need you to understand that when you repeat this process, and understand that you have to replicate these strategies, then you would understand how wealth is created. Now, let's take a look at a woman who earns 200,000. Yours may not be 200,000. It may be 10,000. It may be 15. It may be 5. It may be 100. But let's look at it practically, how to create a budget according to the 50-30-20 budgeting rule. It says that 50% of your income should go to your needs. Your needs, those essentials that you have to live with, like food, shelter. So in place of shelter, you can say your rent. And 30% should go to your wants. My wants and your wants will not be the same. And 20% should go into contributing to your savings and your investments. Now, these different areas, you can contribute accordingly every month. That's what the 50-30-20 budgeting rule says. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. A few days back, I was surfing the internet and I came across a post of a woman saying that she placed her 6-year-old son on a weekly salary of 500 naira because she was tired of shouting at home. So each time she comes back from work, the whole place is untidy, the dishes are in the sink. So she said, okay, I'm going to place you on a salary of 500 naira weekly so that, let's see if this would work. And she went to do that. The first week, she said she went to work, and the whole place was sparkling by the time she came back. Little man wants to earn his salary. So that is one of the ways, as mothers, you can raise financially smart children. Teach them these things. Do not say they are so young, because mothers have a particular influence on the child. Another way you can achieve this is to teach them to save. Let them begin from little to know that they are not supposed to spend all. We have adults who are still struggling to save. That's true. So let them know this from the beginning. If uncle gives you 1,000 naira, make sure you understand that you can buy lollipop, you can buy Cocoa Pops, like my niece and my nephew, they love Cocoa Pops a lot. But make sure there is a part of that money that you keep. These are characters that will be inbuilt over time. Another way to do this is you have to encourage them to think about investing early. When they invest early, there are certain things that, not necessarily the investments like big people, but there are certain things you will put out there for them and tell them, oh, early investing is key, because the major factor in investing is time. The time factor is really, really important. So teach them to understand that they too can invest early. The world's famous investor, Warren Buffett, he began investing at 11. He bought his first stock, shares. He became a part owner of a company at 11 years old. And at 14, he moved on to purchase his first real estate investment. When you give them stories like this, it encourages them. And they're like, oh, wow, I can be like this man. Children love stories a lot. So you can go ahead and do this. Remember, nobody was born financially smart. You have to develop this habit over time. Now I'm going to give you a story again. I love stories a lot. A few years back, I was in the comfort of my home. And I came to, I saw an alert, a credit alert on my phone. And it was 50,000 naira. Wow, some good money. The first thought that came to my head was I need to buy a new wig. I'm sure a lot of people relate to that. That wig I've been screenshotting for years. So I thought I have to buy this wig now. But still, I thought to myself, few months back, I already bought a wig. And it's not like I've been able to sell that wig, to gain money out of it. So there was no economic importance from the old wig I bought. And I said to myself, maybe I should look for something that would give me money, that would, make this money, grow over time, instead of buying another wig and just, heaping. And I decided to what? Research. I asked questions. I went in because actually there was no one, to teach me these things. And I found out a lot. And that single act, I went ahead to invest that money through the help of someone, and I realized I invested less than the 50,000 naira. Until today, I'm still earning the dividends. What am I trying to tell you? You can start now. You do not have to wait. Now, before I leave, I would like to mention something. There are certain factors that impact women's financial decision-making processes. Now, one of these factors is educational level. You would agree with me that for a woman who understands the basics, like reading, writing, it's easier to talk to her and it's easier to tell her, okay, you need to keep this part of your money. It's easier, she would understand, right? But for a woman who doesn't have the basics, doesn't understand, she can't comprehend, she didn't go to school, maybe you're trying to communicate in English, it's not so easy. So some educational level can actually influence either negatively or positively female decision-making processes when it comes to their finances. Another factor could be financial literacy. For a person who understands budgeting, saving, it's easier to do these things. It's easier to practicalize than someone who is not exposed to this knowledge at all. Culture and religion. Some cultures don't allow women to take financial decisions. When it comes to school fee, the father. When it comes to money to feed, the father. So when it comes to financial decision making, some women do not have that power. So these are some factors. And finally, income level. Statistically speaking, in today, Nigerian men still earn higher than Nigerian women. That's the truth. But are we going to dwell on this? No, we are not, because we want to flip it. We are not going to dwell on this. So the best time to start your financial journey, the best time to take full control of your finances is now, not yesterday. There are investments you can begin with 5,000 naira today. Okay, say you have just 500 naira. You can keep that 500 naira, keep it once, 10 times you're going to get 5,000 naira. Don't say, oh, the profits are going to be little. The profits, no. There are certain things you would achieve. Experience is really important. You're going to achieve experience. You're going to build your financial character. You're going to understand certain things that if you do not take active part in it, you are not going to understand. So start with the little you have, 10,000 naira, 20,000 naira, 50,000 naira. The best time to take full control of your finances as a woman is now. Thank you.